I'm continuing my reviews, my movie reviews for the Friday the 13th series with Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning. Now, this one came out in 1985, so a year after the final chapter. This one kind of follows the story of Tommy Jarvis as an older person. He's a teenager at this point, or a young adult, I guess a teenager. And he gets moved to a halfway house at Pinecrest, is what it's called. So he goes there, and he's kind of traumatized after the events of the final chapter. And who wouldn't be? I know if I had a killer coming after me, I'd probably be traumatized too. So that kind of follows the story of this. There's a bunch of other kids there. This is one of the only ones, I believe it's the only one except for the original that Jason is not the killer. Now that threw a lot of people off. A lot of people didn't really like that Jason wasn't the killer in this movie. It made it less fun for me, if that makes any sense. But it didn't really bother me that Jason wasn't the killer in this. I mean, he's still a killer walking around with a hockey mask, so he looks like Jason. But turns out it's Roy, the ambulance driver. Now, the reason he's killing these kids is because his son ends up getting chopped up with an axe by one of the other kids that's in this halfway house with him. And, why the hell this kid had an axe to begin with, why he was out chopping wood with the anger problem that he had. I don't know. I think probably the counselor should have been brought to jail for letting him have a fucking axe. That was kind of crazy. But yeah, so I really enjoy this movie. A lot of people don't like it. I actually really do. It's a good slasher movie. It was kind of that golden age of horror time. So Danny Steinman directed this. I've seen a lot of interviews with him in it. He seems kind of weird. I know he did a lot of porn and stuff before he did this. This is another Paramount picture. Frank Mancuso Jr. is the producer, and he took over producing this, I believe, after the original one. I think he took over producing them in part 2, and then produced them all the way until Paramount sold the rights to New Line. Yeah, I really like this movie. Some of the gore scenes are cut back a little bit. Not as it keeps getting worse and worse as far as them cutting the gore scenes out. As the sequels keep going on and on. But yeah, I really enjoy this movie. I kind of wish that they would have brought Corey Feldman back. I know he was doing the Goonies when this movie came out, and that's why he couldn't come back and do this one. But it's cool to see him in the cameo in the beginning. Big Corey Feldman fan. I don't think he's really done much as an adult. I know he did the Vampire series there. He was doing those a little bit. But I liked him as a child actor. I thought he was good. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say about this movie. My next review will be on Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. So I'll see you for that. Bye.